this lucky. She said you ain't gotta ask. This girl is super bad. She the best I ever.
What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Miss Artemis01, and I am finally bringing you guys some Medal of Honor Warfighter, like I said it would on my channel. And I am playing some sector control game mode. And actually, sector control game mode is like Conquest of Battlefield 3 or Domination like Call of Duty. And this map is actually called Hara Dune, already one of my favorite maps to play on because of the many flanking routes I can take. So I can come up behind an enemy and tomahawk them. And I'm using the Spec Ops class or the OP class I'm hearing on YouTube, but I really don't care that much right now about that. Spec Ops class seems to work for me at the moment, and I'm actually going to use it. And I'm using the MK18. It's an okay gun to use, but I do feel like I'm getting outclassed sometimes when other people use other guns on me. The iron sight is not that bad, but I'm just waiting to unlock the holographic scope on it so I can see a little bit better, so I can fix my aiming issue, because the iron sights, you know guys, I'm not that great with iron sights on guns. Same thing for Battlefield 3, same thing in Call of Duty, same thing in Medal of Honor. I'm actually going to tell you guys off the bat that I am actually a noob at this game. You know, Medal of Honor Warfighter is my first game in the franchise, but I have seen some footage of the last Medal of Honor game, which made me decide to buy this game. And first, I will say, I freaking love the tomahawk in this game. Look at me hacking and slashing away with this sucker. This is what you have to do when an enemy is so close to you. Just spin around in a circle and start hacking and slashing. Eventually you're going to get him. But actually going a spree in this gameplay of the tomahawk because it's just so much fun to use. And it's not as cool as the actual takedown in Battlefield 3, but it's up there in the fun factor to actually watch it happen in action. And I feel actually more enjoyment of killing somebody with a tomahawk than my gun. So if you see me running like actually behind an enemy, it's because I'm trying to tomahawk them. But for some actual quick tips, guys, get really familiar and using the tomahawk. I mean really familiar. You know, when you are just way too close, like I was with those other two enemies, pull it out and start swinging away like a Tiger Woods wife out there on those guys. I mean, I learned real quick when the other players were doing it on me, so I decided to follow what they did and just mimic them. You know, it may sound noobish to start swinging away, but you know what? It will save your life out there. My first impressions of Medal of Honor Warfighter multiplayer, and I mean multiplayer because there's a difference between multiplayer and the first impressions of the entire game, in which I haven't played the single player mode yet, but I will get time to play because I really do want to play the single player in this game. But for the multiplayer, I'm going to be honest, it is rage inducing. Yes, you will be raging at first, which is to be expected if you never played a Medal of Honor game before. You know, I haven't played it before, so I knew the rage was going to happen. But, you know, the weapons you start out with in the class you do start out with, it kind of does suck. I mean, it kind of does. But I was kind of happy I unlocked the Spec Ops class to make the game a little bit better for me. And the maps are kind of split in half, like with mixed feelings for me. You know, some maps I like and some I just plain hate because of the spawn issue. Yes, you will be spawning behind, like outside the maps, and actually you're spawning in front of an enemy or behind an enemy. Yes, it does happen on certain maps, but I really hate that what's it with that jungle map called the Tagwan Jungle? I think I'm actually pronouncing it right. I really do hate that map to death. I mean, I tried different game modes on it and it just plain sucks. I mean, the spawn trap issue is just ridiculous on the map on both sides. You can't get out of it no matter which side you are. So I kind of actually cringe when that map comes up, that I wish we can just skip over it like you would do on Call of Duty, but you just can't. So you have to basically endure it. But on Hara Dune, like I said, is my favorite map out of all of them. And I will also like to say, guys, I do like the buddy system. Yes, I do like the buddy system in this game. It's a great idea, and the ability to actually fall back at another spawn location is awesome as well. Because you guys know, like in Battlefield 3, I don't like spawning on my teammates, and it's the same here. I don't like spawning on my teammates, but luckily there is like a danger mode that actually prevents you from spawning on your buddy to force you to fall back. or wait until your buddy is actually clear for you to spawn on them. So you actually want to actually stay with your buddy, because they do actually help you heal and also resupply you as well. So it's very good to stay with your buddy. And also, if your buddy dies, you get the person that actually killed them can actually come up on your map. Look at me, follow this guy, hack him. Look at that, yo, Tomahawk is so brutal on this game. I love it. But my favorite game mode to play so far in this game is sector control. I really do like it, because it actually forces the enemy not to pretty much spawn trap you to death on it. I thought I was going to like demolition, aka it's called hotspot in this game, but it's just way too much camping and nobody's moving, and it gets annoying when you have UAV spamming in the air to give your position away to the enemy. And so I didn't like look at me hack and slash. Tell you the Tomahawk it's just fun. That's why I really didn't like playing demolition. I might try playing demolition on Real Ops game mode, which is kind of like the hardcore of like Call of Duty or Battlefield 3. But at this point, you know, I'm not a great fan of the demolition game mode. I'm just not, or hotspots, whatever you call it, and it's not really good. Team deathmatch is okay, but you just have to be aware, like all team deathmatch, of campers. You know, so that's why I'm live. So this is kind of like my first impressions of Medal of Honor Warfighter. So, but I am going to bring you guys more in-depth review of the game, and also my final review, you know, should you buy Medal of Honor Warfighter. Alright guys, I will see you guys later. Look at me get the MVP trophy award. Whoo! Thank you guys as always for watching. If you want to see my last video, just click on the video under where it says last video, and next to it is a random video. You won't know what the topic is about unless you click on it. Also follow me on Twitter, and also like me on Facebook.
Can't stay in